Thank you.
Speaking of development, we know the city has pushed two pretty high-profile projects in recent months, the new Titans Stadium, and then there's the plan to bring NASCAR back to the fairgrounds. I want to begin and focus on the stadium. As mayor, how will you support this $2 billion stadium project now that it's been approved by the council, and how do you intend to guide development on the East Bank? Begin with Alice Rolli.
Well, I am glad to see the fruition of the East Bank after decades of giving city land away, typically to balance the budget or to make ends meet. We have recovered more than 100 acres in our downtown core. What is that going to do for Nashville, for transforming us for the future? Well, first, there is going to be a new Titans Stadium. The bonds have been issued there. And so what does the next mayor need to do? She needs to get really busy working with our state partners, because my experience in economic development shows me and tells me that the way large-scale economic development projects work, like that Titans Stadium, is bringing the state in to pay for appropriately a quarter of the infrastructure to build out that region. They came in for a quarter of the purchase price and the building price of this Titans Stadium. Let's use that logic and bring them in to help there. I believe that we will also see development around our riverfront with some of our most impressive assets, bringing TPAC there, bringing our performing arts and enlivening the river, making sure that our transit spine is working, bringing roads and then the Music City Star so that we can have a strong transit corridor there. I'm excited about the opportunity to continue to recruit and invest in high quality jobs and businesses, and we've got to get busy making sure our kids are ready for those maximum wage jobs so that they can participate in the success of the East Bank.
Freddie O'Connell.
All right, thanks. This is again, a point of contrast as we come down the home stretch. Alice uncritically supported the stadium deal from its outset. I fought with council members to make sure that at least we got a modest return on the public investment that we were making. It was the largest public subsidy for a stadium in the history of sports in America, and I think that's not exactly a great example of fiscal responsibility. Now the deal is done. We did get a return thanks to work directly done by Metro Council, and one of the pieces of the deal that was actually very successful has been the East Bank Vision Plan. This plan puts into effect very clear targets for what we have to do on affordable housing, and I think our measure of success for how the entire East Bank comes together around a new stadium where the Titans intend to play football in 2027 is how have we done on the affordability measures there? Have we ensured that someone working in the stadium could have at least the option of living nearby somewhere in the East Bank? I think beyond that, if you look at the infrastructure plans, we need to make sure that there is connectivity both into East Nashville, where East Nashvillians will tell you game days are a chaotic mess, and into downtown, not avoiding downtown, connecting the fabric so that the neighborhoods we build on the East Bank actually put appropriate pressure on an out-of-control entertainment district that welcome people back in as a family destination. I think ultimately the East Bank Vision Plan should guide our development, and the next mayor will need to be very focused on that and how we invest in citywide initiatives.
You want to follow up? Go ahead.
One thing for our viewers, Alice is not a part of the Metro City Council, and the Metro City Council, 2/3 of them voted in favor of the Titans. I see the role as the 10th mayor of taking the baton for our city and looking forward. The front windshield is twice as large as the back. So that decision has been made. My job is to be the chief revenue officer to get those cash registers going, to get the money here for our schools, and not to spend a lot of time litigating who voted for what. I was not in the city council, and I did not vote for or against that.
Okay. Thank you. David.
All right, our next question, turning now to the fairgrounds. Nashville has a long history of